right, so real quick, just give an introduction. You know, your name, where you from, yada yada.
I'm Lucy. I'm from San Francisco, California.
All right.
I'm Tiandi. I'm from Stockton.
I'm Damon.
Yeah, my name's Sean.
All right, so the question we asking people is, what is morality?
Morality, I mean, sure, your beliefs, morals, ethics, and things, right or wrong, basically.
Morality?
Yeah.
Spanish is my first language. Your turn.
Morality is just your ethics, your overall values, what you root yourself in.
What is morality? That's a good question. I guess that depends on the person. Some people have high morals, some people have low morals.
So it's subjective?
I definitely think it's probably subjective for some people.
It can be subjective, but I think there's an overall universal code of ethics, if you will.
Okay, where do you get that universal code of ethics, or where is that from?
Yeah, so like I said, taught through religion.
Through religion?
Things your parents, societal norms,
okay.
Laws sometimes can kind of be rooted in that.
As of right now, I think it's social media. But if you can take your mind out of that, I think you get your morals from the Lord. You get your morals from your family, what your family believes in, and from your own perspectives of like the right way to live.
Okay. Do you think it's a good or bad thing that we get our morality from social media?
It's a bad thing.
It's a bad thing.
It's
right?
a bad thing.
Do you think it's a good thing that laws in society shape morality?
To some extent, depending on what you're trying to accomplish from it.
Like an example was because it was a law at one time that slavery was okay. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Do you think that was something that was morally good?
I necessarily can't say that it was a good thing.
It wasn't a good thing, right? So it's not necessarily a good thing for society to shape our morality.
Right.
All right, we should have something that has a standard that we can look to that shapes our morality. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So we out here teaching that so-called black and Hispanic people, right, come from the descendants of the Israelites that are written about in the Bible, right? And the Israelites had their own morality, right? That was linked to their legislative and just judicial systems, right? And I think that for us to reshape our communities, right, we got to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments that's in that Bible. You know what I'm saying? Get Deuteronomy 32 real quick.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 32 and verse 47. For it is not a vain thing for you, because it is your life. And through this thing ye shall prolong your days in the land, whither ye go over Jordan to possess it.
Right, so us keeping the laws and commandments and the standard set of morality is not a vain thing to do. It's something that'll prolong our life, and that's what we need right now in the black and Hispanic community. You understand? How you feel about that?
Yeah, no, I agree.
You agree?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Right or wrong from the word of God?
Yeah.
Do you think that? So you say you're a Christian?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that Christian or people who follow Christianity, do you think they have that morality set as a standard in their lives?
I mean, it depends, because in every group, everything, you have people, who consider themselves to be something, but they're not.
But you believe in the Bible, though?
Yeah.
Okay, so would you say you get your standards from the Bible?
I'm not necessarily.
Where do we go in the Bible to find where we should get our morality from?
I mean, there's many different scriptures that talks about what is right, what is pleasing, what is unpleasing to God. So it really depends on, what you're looking for.
Would you say it's the Mosaic Law? Yeah?
The law of Moses?
The Law of Moses?
Yeah.
You keep the Law of Moses?
Try my best to.
Try your best to?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man, we outside. We just basically teaching so-called black and Hispanic people that they are actually the descendants of the people that wrote this Bible, right? The Israelites. So we trying to come out and promote that to our people, let them know that we got to come back to our morality, which is being the Mosaic Law, keeping the law, statutes, commandments, from the top all the way down to the bottom, all the way down to the things that you may not see as, morally right, like wearing fringes or not wearing mixed fabric or not eating pork.
Right.
All those things tie into morality from our standpoint. What you think about that?
I mean, like I said, it's different, because when you talk about the Bible, back then, that stuff was, you couldn't eat pork and stuff, but now the Bible says that the Lord made all things clean.
Okay. You talking about in Acts chapter 10?
Oh, I believe so, yeah.
Okay, we can see what that, get Acts chapter 10, let's see what that's talking about for real.
And he became very hungry and would have eaten. But while they were made ready, he fell into a trance.
He fell into a vision, right? Read.
And saw heaven open and a certain vessel descending unto him, as it had been a great sheet knit at the four corners, and let down to the earth.
Uh-huh.
Wherein were all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth,
Uh-huh.
and wild beasts, and creeping things,
Uh-huh.
and fowls of the
So
air.
he's seeing a vision of all these animals, right? Unclean and clean, right? Read.
And there came a voice to him, Rise, Peter, kill and eat.
Uh-huh.
But Peter said, Not so, Lord, for I have never eaten anything that is common or unclean.
This is after Christ's death. He still hadn't eaten anything common or unclean, right? Read.
And the voice spake unto him again the second time, What God hath cleansed, that call not thou common.
Uh-huh.
This was done thrice, and the vessel was received up again into heaven.
Right.
Now, while Peter doubted in himself what the vision which he had seen should mean,
He didn't know what that meant, eating unclean and unclean beasts at the same time. He didn't know what that vision meant, right? But so let's get the understanding of what the vision meant.
This is verse 28. And he said unto them, Ye know how that it is an unlawful thing for a man that is a Jew to keep company or come unto one of another nation. But God hath showed me that I should not call any man common or unclean.
Right? So we understand that vision is not talking about food or eating unclean food, right? But it's talking about people, and specific Israelites that are within the diaspora. We shouldn't call them common or unclean. You understand?
Right. The Bible also says that you can't be defiled from things that go inside of you.
Yeah,
what
Matthew
comes out of
chapter
a man.
15. Yeah,
Right,
the
right.
things that come out of a man defile of a man. But the context of Matthew 15 is talking about washing your hands. Right. That's the initial
Right.
conversation.
Cleanliness and uncleanness, what you bring, what you be in your body.
Right. Matthew 15, the Pharisees came up and said, listen, man, why don't y'all wash your hands before you eat?
Right.
And that's when Jesus had the response to say, listen, man, it's not the thing that goes inside the mouth that makes you unclean. It's the things that come out of it.
Right.
So he's talking about germs. He's not talking about unclean food. You understand?
What you mean, though? But if we talk about uncleanliness, we talk about unclean. That's food. That's whatever.
I'm saying, but the context of what you said, he's talking about germs.
It's the book of Matthew, chapter 15 from the top. Then came to Jesus scribes and Pharisees, which were of Jerusalem, saying, Why do thy disciples transgress the tradition of the elders?
The tradition of the elders, not Mosaic law, the tradition of the elders. Read.
For they wash not their hands when they eat bread.
Why they not washing their hands before they eat? You know, your mama always used to say that. Boy, get in there and wash your hands before you eat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not a commandment. That's not a something the Mosaic law prescribes. That's a tradition of the elders, like it's a tradition of our moms or our grandmas. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the whole context of what that's saying. That's not talking about unclean food, though. Read.
Verse 3. But he answered and said unto them, Why do ye also transgress the commandment of God by your tradition?
You washing your hands, but on the side you over there eating pork right before you wash your hands.
Exactly.
You setting aside the Mosaic law to keep the traditions of man over the Mosaic law, right? That's what's being expressed there. How you feel about justice?
Well, I think
You think that's a necessity for society?
justice, like, what do you mean by justice?
Like justice. If you do something wrong, this thing has to be done as justice
Right.
or as restitution.
I don't believe in like revenge or like anything like that, but you know, obviously, like if you do something, you should pay the consequences. You know, if it's morally wrong or criminally wrong.
Okay.
But you know, society, we think we're getting better, but sometimes it's like, man, you look around, and it's like, I live downtown, and it's like it's tough.
Yeah.
It's
So,
tough out there.
You said that you think there should be something that you should pay something if you do something morally wrong, right? Do you think slavery was morally wrong? Just because that's what the topic we was talking about.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
slavery is definitely morally wrong. No one should be considered property.
Right.
You know,
Right.
That's unbelievable. And to think that we still have it today it's crazy.
Right.
It's crazy to think that in the world.
Yeah. If chattel slavery was something that was morally wrong, what is the justice or restitution for that, according to you?
That's a good question. I mean, that depends on the person, what the restitution should be for that. Mm-hmm. But, you know, especially, you know, in this country, I don't think we've seen much of it. Yeah, what do you guys think?
Well, I believe in the Bible, and I think that that's the correct way. Get Revelation 13:10. This is according to Jesus Christ, red letter.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verse 10.
Uh-huh.
He that leadeth into captivity
He that takes people into chattel slavery, right? Read.
shall go into captivity.
They shall go into captivity. That's the justice and restitution according to the Bible.
Yeah.
Right? Read.
He that killeth with the sword
Uh-huh.
must be killed with the sword.
Right? If you kill somebody, you should be killed. Right?
Right.
According to the Bible. Do you think that that's something that you are in alignment with?
That's deep, man.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I could take another life, you know.
I'm saying, do you think that that's something that you are in alignment with as far as it being just?
It's a tough one. You know, definitely it's wrong.
Right.
You know, so
Because the ones that would be going into captivity would be your people, right? In this instance right here.
well, I mean, from Ireland, so we came over pretty late.
You don't think the Irish had slaves?
Oh yeah,